what you do really well, and then boom, all of a sudden.
I'm Amanda Raquel with Amanda Music, Chicago's favorite and friendly voice coach.
Well, this is a very interesting conversation that we've been having, and I think it's time for you and I to have it as well. Especially since mostly people only know how to do success and to have it, garner it one way. So let's just break down, so it's forever broke down, how success is done in both the secular and the spiritual world, just so that you won't get them mixed up, because I know I did for like a long time. Okay, so how to acquire success, real success in the music industry. Now, there's a secular way, and you do lose your soul in that process. There's no quorum about it. Like, if you try to, it doesn't mean you're singing secular music. You can sing anything you want to sing. You can sing love songs. There's nothing in the Bible that says you have to do hymns. Let's just stop that. There's nothing in the Bible that says you're only saved if you're singing, Jesus, near the cross. That's not what this is. You can do gospel, you can do CCM, you can do obviously love music, you can do inspiration music, you can do songs about life, you can do a whole lot of music. Whatever you feel God is calling you to have a conversation about, you should do it. Let's just first talk about how fabulous I look. You know what? And hubby will be back with the kids. I have a very small window I'm like, why don't we just use this window now? I'm cute, faces beat, outfit is on. So we're gonna do a couple of videos in this outfit. Cause y'all know I'm about multitasking. Get it done when you can. The face is done, so just use the face, right? Let's just come back. So there's the common way to go about acquiring, let's just say in the music industry. The purpose of the industry is to take pieces of your soul so that all you give back out to us through one of the most influential, contagious mediums ever, which is music, is an empty soul. And if you don't believe that Lucifer himself, the morning star who was the first original artist, the first worship leader, is not running that situation, then you tripping, like you just tripping. But it doesn't mean you're supposed to stay out of it. It just means you're supposed to know how it works. So the purpose of it is for you to sleep, fight, compromise your way to the top. It's for you to lose a piece of yourself, to see how much are you willing to give up before you will get the reward. It's the same thing he did with Jesus in the garden. You want this kingdom, bow down to me. He like, this already my kingdom. It's just not my time yet. My time is going to come a little later. So it's just like him in the garden, right? However, the purpose is not for you to give up what God already promised you early. The purpose is for you to sit and wait on him to give it to you in the way that he has designed, always giving you his blessings over time. See, that's a problem. Because see, the strategy of rushing and being busy is a strategy. It's a whole strategy to make you do something too fast. You know how you eat your food too fast and you be like, dang, I was full like 20 minutes ago if I had to slow down. You know how you say something too fast to somebody who's in your nerve and you like, see, that's what I get. See, if I had to slow down, now I'm talking out of anger or out of quickness and I said too much to my boss too fast. Speed is one of the strategies that he uses to get you to mess up and sabotage your life. So the way that success works in, let's just stick with the music industry. We're just gonna, we're gonna show you how this happens biblically, right? And we're gonna show you how it happens when you are not in the kingdom of God. The way that success works secularly, okay, meaning that you're going to do it outside of God's ordained order, right? It's like everything that he's given us is great. Food, sex, beautiful things. But if you take something beautiful and you're like, I need to have that, he's like, okay, I don't have a problem with you being happy and wanting a beautiful thing. I have a problem with you worshiping it where you can't be happy unless you're happy. You can't get through your life, you're worshiping, happipiness. I don't have a problem with you having sex. I love you to have sex. I want you to just have it in a way that doesn't destroy you or other people. I have a problem with you eating food, but the food this way it's not helping your body, it's hurting your body. So God never has a problem with us doing things. He certainly doesn't have a problem with fame. He doesn't have a problem with money. He doesn't have a problem with music. He has a problem with you worshiping him. So the way that you know you're worshiping is that you're rushing it. You got to make it happen. And that's one of the strategies that we said and tools that the homie, Because he your homie until you start running with him. The devil is the homie. You'll be like, you don't know that you're talking to him and like you're making deals with him. But you're like, I mean, if you can get me in, like I'm not like gonna let everybody else know that I'll. But if you can get me in, devil, I'll get in your way. You're not willing to be like, no. I can feel it's taking a part of me. I can feel it's gonna hurt other people. I can feel it's gonna make people compromise themselves. I'm not doing it. So what you end up doing is you are always running against. You feel like you're always running against time. That's one of the strategies. You never have enough time. There's never enough time. Oh my gosh, I gotta make it happen now. I have to make it happen now. Someone else can replace me. Someone else can take my spot. There's not enough anything. There's always a lack. There's not enough resources. I gotta be there's only one more record deal out there. Oh, they already got one rapper. We gotta make another. There can't be another rapper. There's already one rapper out there. One female. There's always lack. Not enough time because they won't. I can't be an artist if I'm gonna be old. There's not enough distribution deals. There's not enough connections. Like whatever you think about, you're like, there's never enough. That is a sign that you are working in the wrong sphere of success. You're in the wrong kingdom. You always feel like there's not enough. There's not enough time. You're always racing to outperform, to put out more content. Like you don't have peace. There's no just genuine organic way of sharing who you are and understanding marketing, where you're creating a tribe of people who understand who you are, and y'all doing that, as opposed to, I gotta be big, I gotta be famous, now I gotta go take over California, now I'm gonna take over Germany. Meanwhile, you've met nobody of quality, you have no good friends, you trust nobody around here, you only sleep with your producer because he's the only person you see every week. Your mama don't talk to you no more, they cut you off from all the people around you, and you have no holistic, rooted approach to living a full life because you don't have enough time. That's a whole strategy on how to be successful. You got to make it happen. That's a phrase you have to make it happen. Come on, let's make it happen. It's your job to make it happen. We have that thought, I got to make it happen. You're already in the wrong camp. You're in the devil's camp. He's going to make you believe that you're the only person who's going to make it happen, and that if you don't make it happen, especially by a certain time, it ain't going to happen. I'm trying to tell you the truth because he has to get you to rush it. He has to get you to jump the gun. And then once you jump the gun, you out there on your own by yourself, and so you're going to stay right where you at. You're like, well, I'm out here now, until you literally burn in flames in front of everybody. How many times have we seen somebody OD or lose their voice because they didn't take the time to train before they toured, or, find out they had abortions or signed deals and all of their money is gone. Like, all because you didn't slow yourself down, ask God, should I take this deal? Is it my time? And then you have to be the artist, and you got to take care of the business side, and you got to, make sure that you're dealing with the network market. You got to networking, you got to meet people, you got to shake hands. There's always so much for you to do, and this is the busyness. This is I got to get on that grind. I got to pass this out, right? And so that type of method is then promoted. That's promoted in his kingdom. That's promoted heavily. Because he wants you to rely on your efforts and your strength and your timing alone. The downside to that is you're insulated, you become extremely tired, fearful, anxious. You lose focus on what it's all about anyway, because everybody only got a certain amount of time in the industry anyway, so you might as well decide what kind of life you want to have after it's over as well. Like, think through, how can I have all of it, right? So you lose that perspective. You are always either angry or feeling misunderstood, and it's because there's no wisdom. When there is a lot of knowledge but no wisdom, it means there's a lot of busyness, but there's no effectiveness. It's like you're doing stuff, but you're not winning, and you can feel it. You can feel like, when the art becomes a dread, when the creation process becomes daunting. Now, once you hit the stage, you'll be glossy, and it'll all be wonderful until you OD. Like, I'm telling you, artists who I coach, and I'm like, sis, we got to get your mind wrapped around the fact that you have plenty of time. This is what it's like when you're in God's will, and he's going to launch you, whether he's going to insert you into the music industry or he's going to launch you just, as an indie artist, as a worship leader, whatever it is. You're not in a rush. Oh my gosh. Matter of fact, he's so funny, and this is all through your Bible. He gonna tell you what you're gonna do, and then he take all day doing it. Like, he just like, why don't we just work on your gift first? That's the second aspect of it as well. You don't have to go doing everything. He's like, just for my singers, learn how to sing. For my songwriters, let's just work on songwriting. For my arrangers, let's just perfect arranging the song, right? Let's get really good at what I created you to do. You might be, gifted with 2 or 3 gifts surrounding music and singing. Okay, just focus on that. Learn how to play this piano and sing in a way that's mature and it's seasoned, and you're gonna always hit the note the same way, the right way every time. You're not gonna be like, oh, the devil, oh, my voice. No, you're gonna know how to do it, and you're gonna have life and energy. Let's just focus on you being able to be an amazing singer. And then as you focus on that during the seed time and harvest time, meaning that you're gonna plant the seed and you're gonna keep just watering the seed and fertilizing the seed and giving the seed nutrition and sunlight. You're going to keep practicing, perfect practice. You might get a coach. You might start hanging around other peers who are better than you. Like, you're just going to focus on being a better singer. Once you get good, all of a sudden, what's been harvesting slow, you're getting some roots and you get a few leaves coming out of the dirt. So you're starting to get some, girl, you got to come out and sing here. You're getting some input. You're getting some opportunity. You start laying tracks. You're doing your own record. That's fruit. But then all of a sudden, boom, I'm telling you, out of nowhere, the opportunity that changes your life comes aged. He's done. Because he already knew what he was creating you for. He's like, it's just not your time yet. And you have to understand that's how God works. When you rush it, like Lucifer did, like, peace, I'm out, I should be God. He's like, all right, go ahead and see how that work out for you. When you rush it, now you got to be out there tap dancing and juggling and doing for the rest of the whole singing career until you drop exhausted, right? Right? Or until you make so many compromises, you don't even recognize yourself. You don't recognize yourself. You just got to, stay in a drug-induced state to get through the rest of your life. Or you're just doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and it's going to impose beliefs on people that is actually going to destroy them. You can do both. You can have a free, full, powerful life and not compromise your values in the process. So you're gonna have to just work at getting good at what you do. Stop trying to rush it. Stop trying to, I gotta make a connection. I gotta go. Like, just get really good at it. And I promise you, your gift just makes room for you. All of a sudden, boom. All the people who are good at what they do, the people who are good at PR, the people who are good at arranging songs. If you're not an arranger, you just sing really well and you work at singing and being an amazing performer on stage. All you do is, I'm a great singer. This is a principle that works even if you ain't a believer. It just works. You don't have to even believe Jesus. The principle will still work. Work at what you do really well, and then boom, all of a sudden, the videographers you need, the tech assistant you need, the just regular assistant to help you get through your life you need, all the people you need who are going to continue to help you along this path start showing up. People you couldn't even afford to pay. People who you like, why are they even helping me? People who are way ahead of their game because they can see that you are seasoned, you're quality, you got the stuff, and they're going to come alongside you. You're going to be good. And so other people who are just as good at you at what they do are going to start to come closer to you, and you all will begin to collaborate, and all of a sudden, boom, they were overnight. Where'd they come from? It's overnight. They were not overnight. They were spending years singing. God called them. Moses, you're going to do this. Then you end up on the back of a hill somewhere, and all of a sudden, boom, it's a burning bush, and it's time. God calls you. You're a shepherd. So, he says you're going to be king. You're up there in the pastures for forever, and all of a sudden, boom, it's time. When God called King David after he put oil on his head, the prophets then left and didn't take David with him. I know he was like, so am I king? Am I not? Like, is it time? It wasn't time. So God will tell you, I want you to go into singing. I want you to go into art. And then you spend time doing it. And you wonder, is it time? Is it ready? And you feel like, maybe I should do more. He's like, nah, don't rush. I'm with you. Talk to me. I'll tell you what you should focus on. Start your songwriting. Start your arranging. Let's start recording some things. Like, he's not going to be in a rush because he knows at a certain time down the road, boom, it's done. You see, the way that we can prove this catalytic critical mass that takes place, if that's what people call it in science, it's critical mass, it's synergy, it's all of a sudden, boom, right? What that is, quite frankly, as far as is in God's kingdom and as he's concerned, is just Chronos time matching up with Kairos time. He does not live in time. He's outside of time. So he schedules stuff outside of time. And then he allows us in time catching up with it. And that's what takes the time. The time is you catching up to the aged opportunity that's already there. The wine should have taken years at the banquet to make. And boom, water turns into wine. Why can it happen? He can make it aged. It comes ready. Right? It comes ready. Even the first human doesn't come as a baby. He's like, let's just make it ready. It's a full functioning human. Done. Even the planet, which they say has been around here for millions and millions and millions of years, we've been here for only a few thousand years. So how has it been a planet that's been around so long and we've only been here for a short amount of time? It's because the planet could have been created aged. We think it's been, you know what I'm saying? We think that it was something that happened in just 6 days. But to him, you can make something like wine and you can fill it with all of it needs in a millisecond. So it can be old even though it happened overnight. Because see, he's not bound by the same laws that we're bound by. Do you understand? That's why you can rest when he tells you to do something, it's going to happen. He makes the laws for us to live by and then he breaks them when it works out for him. He's like, well, no, I already have something else arranged down the line for that. And that's why you have nothing to worry about. If God tells you it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it ain't going to happen, then he said the whole world going to fall apart. If it don't go the way he say it's going to go down, then the whole world falls apart and you ain't got nothing to worry about no way. You got to worry about your little singing career. Ain't nobody going to be here. I know it's deep, but I'm trying to give you all the perspectives. It's important for you to be, as the Bible talks about, especially in Leviticus, about becoming a skilled musician, because he knows that soon there's going to be a time when the opportunity is going to show up and you ain't going to be ready. I've scheduled it. You're not ready. And so it's going to go to somebody else. And I want you to be ready. Oh my gosh. I want you to be stretching yourself and trying new things and following passions and things that, that sound intrigues me, looking into it, learning about it, playing it, stretching it out, right? Getting around people who challenge you. Like, all of that is what you're doing in the meantime, in the in-between time. So you're ready when the aged opportunity, after you've been planting the seed, sowing into the gift, sowing seed, then you give it time. Like all seeds, you got to give it time. Seed time and the harvest time is going to take some time. And then, because you think it's overnight. It's not. That's just what the culture thinks. Nothing in his kingdom or anything is overnight. It's just people are rushing stuff. Like, that wasn't your man. Or it might even been your man, but just not yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have just jumped that too soon. That wasn't your house. I mean, it could be later, but it's just not your house now because you you don't have the income for that house. It's okay. It can be. Let's just think through how we're going to make that happen. If God didn't give it to you, you shouldn't go get it. Is what I'm trying to say. And so your seed time is happening in God's kingdom, and you just focus on singing. Just focus on singing. I'm about to be the best dang on fusion singer, multi-genre, whatever you want to be. I'm going to be that. I'm going to learn that. I'm going to develop my brand. I'm going to make sure that my sound is consistent. I'm going to make sure I can hit my notes. I'm going to be that singer. And I'm going to get so good that all of a sudden I'm going to start attracting other people like, dang, she dope. And people who are just as good as you, if not better, are going to start coming alongside you like, hold on, I think you got something here. And they're going to help develop what you about. Then, as that continues to happen, poof, there's this, poof. Now, it's not the small harvesting that takes place because God has to teach you how to harvest. Harvesting is work. Harvesting is not sitting there waiting for it to, manifest. You have to then go get it. So then as the harvest takes place, you continue seeding and growing as an artist until that critical mass, that synergistic moment in time where it just overnight happened. That moment, that aged opportunity takes place, and you're ready. You ready, honey? You've been sitting back. You like, ain't no overnight. I've been here. I'm waiting on y'all to show up. Well, it's a wonderful Saturday. I hope you like my new outfit. I went and bought several of them. I was like, because you know how sometimes you go to the store and you're like, oh, I'm come back. And then you come back and it ain't there. And then you go online and it's sold out. And you're like, wow. You didn't take that when you could. This is a great little bitty good price at your Marshalls. And not that I need to be plugging them until they, until we are a brand partnership. But at Marshalls, I found this, but you really don't ever find at Marshalls. It's a brand I like. And I was like, what? And I saw a couple of them, was like, well, Lord, you knew I was looking for a silk dress. Because as you get older, you want to start looking, sexy and sophisticated. You want to look feminine without looking like, let me shut up. I'm about to get in trouble. Some of us is looking like a cheap date now. Come on, y'all. We don't want value meals. I need some of y'all ladies to step it up. But the same is true for my artists, right? We don't want to have artists who are just looking for a quick fix, a quick little cheap little date. I want you to be the kind of artist who are like, I'm going to invest, I'm going to do what it takes to be excellent, I'm going to do what it takes to be seasoned, to be great, and then when my time comes, I was ready. I've been ready for it. I've been waiting on y'all to show up. The opportunity will come aged, and you will be perfect when it's your chance.